Still recovering from the aftermath of civil war, Liberia's nearly 3.5 million citizens are served by just a few fire trucks nationwide and have scarce resources to rely upon in the event of a fire emergency. Early last month, the Fire Rescue Alliance, a coalition of firefighters from the United States, landed in Monrovia, Liberia's capital and largest city, to help the beleaguered African country rebuild its fire services. This recent mission was the third such deployment to Liberia, and Edina Fire Marshal Jeff Seams was part of the team teaching fire rescue and prevention and coordinating fire gear donations. Let's join Officer Aaron White, who is with Seams, to ask him about this incredible experience.
Thank you, Brian. We're out at Fire Station 1 here in Edina today, and I'm joined again by Jeff Seams. Jeff, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Kind of a fun topic we're going to discuss today. You recently returned from a really cool trip. You did some volunteer work, taking your fire experience abroad, if you will. Tell us a little bit about where you went.
So I had an opportunity to go over to the nation of Liberia. Specifically, I went to Monrovia, Liberia, population, capital city of about 1 million folks. Overall, the country of Liberia has 3.5 million individuals within the area roughly the size of Ohio.
Okay, and what was your function over there? What did you do?
So this was part of a mission trip where I went over and helped them rebuild their national fire service. They are just coming out of a couple of civil wars, so a lot of their infrastructure and a lot of their capabilities have been hampered by the wars. Mm-hmm. So our role was to go in there and help them pick up the pieces and start rebuilding after their civil war, the National Fire Service.
Sure, something we certainly take for granted here in Edina is a really strong EMS and fire service. So, tell me, what is the current state of things there in that regard? How do they compare to what we have here at home?
It's very difficult to compare, quite honestly, for the population, let's say Monrovia, the capital city. They have one functioning fire truck and one ambulance that had to be push-started and pop the clutch in order for it to get started for a population roughly the size of Minneapolis and St. Paul.
And part of your trip, you guys did donate some equipment. Tell me about that.
We did. The equipment that we donated included personal protective equipment, fire gear, helmets, boots, gloves. Before they received this equipment, they were actually fighting fires in flip-flop shoes and t-shirts and shorts. So now that they are properly outfitted and protected. And then we also donated a fire engine and an ambulance, and then associated fire gear, so fire hose, nozzles. They don't have anything, so it's literally starting from zero.
Well, equipment's obviously important, but the truth is you guys also brought a ton of expertise over there. How were you able to help as far as training and advancing that cause?
So one of the things that we did is we put together a cadre of professionals that have extensive experience in fire and pre-hospital EMS. And we went over there with the task of not only teaching the firefighters, but also, more importantly, teaching their instructors on how to educate the rest of the fire force. One of the things that's really interesting is that the last outside influence was actually from the Spaniards in 1972. So they haven't had any type of outside fire training or influence, including fire building codes or how to fight fires since the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Well, sounds like just an incredible difference. We've got apparatus from Edina sitting behind us, and if the call comes in right now, they roll out the door there to your house in 2 minutes. There, you're talking about 1 million people being served by a handful of vehicles, and night and day.
It really is, and it's exciting because we were able to bring a fire truck with the modern advancements such as what we enjoy here in America over there, and we really believe that we moved the dial quite a bit for them in regards to fire protection and, more importantly, protection for the citizens of Liberia.
Well, it sounds like you certainly did. Some great expertise, some great equipment, and an unbelievable volunteer experience. I mean, way to go giving
thank you.
Of yourself and representing the city here. So thank you, Jeff, for your work and your volunteer work in Liberia.
All right, thank you.
And that is Jeff Seams, a member of the Edina Fire Department, where he's fire marshal. We'll return to you, Brian.
Thank you, Aaron.